Hey guys, and welcome to a new video on this channel. I'm Szabi from CodeRevolution. So let me present to you my latest plugin. It is called Quoramatic Post Generator. So this plugin will be able to extract content from Quora and post it to your site. So you can extract questions and answers for it from Quora and make a website using it. So let me show you how it is functioning. So when you install the plugin, we can jump straight into configuring importing rules for it because it will not need any API keys. So we will be back here on the plugin's main settings later on. Now let's jump straight into Quora to posts menu. So here we can set a query string. So let me check the site, it is empty. And let me create some importing rules for you guys to see how content looks. So for example, I want to extract questions regarding laptops. So let me write here laptop. I want to run this rule every 24 hours. One post should be generated every 24 hours. You can increase this value if you wish. The post should be published. They can be pending, draft, private, or trash. Post types, you can select which post type you wish to generate, author, and more settings. If you wish to use pagination and to get more results each time the importing runs, you can check this checkbox. You can generate you can change the title of the content using this input field. So you can use shortcodes here. These are the possible shortcodes that can be used, and you can set also static string and static text like this. So question, and here is the question, and the content will contain the answers, and this will be a read more button that will link back to Quora for more results. You can remove this simply by deleting this part. So like this there will be no read more button imported, and like this there will be a read more button imported. You can strip images from content, limit title word count to a number, content word count to a number. You can run regex on content, replace regex with content. This is great if you wish to replace, for example, a website name with your own website's name automatically in the imported content, or anything you wish to replace, you can do it with this feature. Disable post excerpt, get post publish date from item. Post format, you can set custom formats. Additional category, you can select multiple categories. Here to select multiple categories, hold down the Ctrl key on your keyboard and click multiple items. Auto add categories from the title. Remove WordPress default category. By default WordPress adds the uncategorized category to post. You can remove it from here. Auto add tags from title. Additional tags, you can enter a comma separated list of tags, and here enable comments, enable pingbacks and trackbacks. Post custom fields, you can set custom fields for post custom taxonomies. Here you will be able also to use shortcodes. So this is how custom taxonomies can be set. This is the slug of the taxonomy, this little arrow, and the value. The value can hold also shortcodes. Auto get featured image, replace article image with royalty-free image. If you want to import royalty-free images from Pixabay, Pexels, Morgufile, or anywhere else, you can check this checkbox. This can be configured from main settings. Default featured image list, if the image is not found, the plugin will select from this list featured image. You can enter a comma separated list of image URLs. Do not spin translate post by this rule. automatically translate content using Google Translate, or also DeepL translation is supported, but this can be configured from main settings. Source language of translation, set custom cookies, this can be used to log into Quora using custom cookies, and try to get more content. If you check this, more content will be imported, more answer content will be imported. And also to get even more answers you should use PhantomJS, but I will show you these features right ahead. Maximum number of answers to add, multiple answer separator, and short rule description. This is a description that will appear in the front of the rules. So let me save this, and here it is, testing rule. This is the description that I set here. Okay, so now I set the first importing rule. Now let's run importing, and we got a new post here. So question: what is your opinion on 17-inch and 15-inch laptops? And if we click on it, we get a short answer and a read more button, because we configured the plugin to do so. So now we can configure the plugin to get more content. So if we check the try to get more answer content, the level 1, then if we save settings, delete the imported post, and run importing again, we will see, if we refresh this site, that we will get more content to our answers. If we want to get even more content to the imported answers and also multiple answers to be imported, we should configure PhantomJS on our website. So the plugin requires PhantomJS to be installed on your server if you want to get more content than you see here in answers. So if you are good with this amount of text imported for answers, then the plugin will work also without PhantomJS. But if you wish to get even more content to your answers, you should set PhantomJS here, and also set a wait time before rendering pages in PhantomJS. This is in milliseconds, so 1000 here will be actually 1 second. Okay, so if you check this, the plugin uses PhantomJS that is installed on your server to get content from Quora, and like this it will be able to import many more answers and multiple answer content, because Quora uses JavaScript to render the answers on its page. So this is why the plugin is not able to import content without using PhantomJS, because PHP code cannot execute JavaScript. So I'm sure this is a bit hard to understand, but the main thing is that if you want more content to be imported in your answers using this plugin, you need to have PhantomJS installed on your server. Okay, so now let's set a timeout of 5 seconds, because PhantomJS needs to render the page and to import multiple answers to it before it can be returned to our plugin. So this will set a 5-second delay to allow PhantomJS to render the page, and we can get multiple answers like this. So let me delete now this, and let's rerun importing now with PhantomJS in the background, and now we should get multiple answers and much more answer content. So as we can see, now the answers span a lot more, and here it is. Now we got multiple answers. Each answer is marked here with a separate bullet, and we got a lot more answer content now. So the same title with the question, and here are the answers. Okay, Okay, now let me show you how to import content using different templates. So if we delete imported content and rerun importing, I selected ordered list now. So in this case, the plugin will import content from Quora in an ordered list format. So if we refresh the site, we will see that there are numbers here instead of the bullets. So instead of bullets we have numbers, and if we select here div, the plugin will set each answer in a separate HTML div, and if we select new line, the plugin will separate answers by new lines, and span, the plugin will separate answers by HTML span tag. So these are the main features of it. Don't forget, you can automatically translate content using Google Translate. So let's say I wish to translate my content to, let's say, German. Source language is English because the text is originally in English. So let me delete and rerun importing. So now the plugin generates content in German instead of English. Refresh the site, and here it is. Frage, danke für die A2A, and so on. Okay, so this is the main part of the plugin. This is the activity and logging section of it. You will see here a system info, clear running rules list, and see which rules are currently running, restore default settings, delete all posts generated by the plugin, and the activity log for it. This will include only errors, so it is good if it is empty. And in the main settings part of the plugin, you can set up a DeepL translator authentication key. So here you should enter your DeepL translator API key. So let me enter something here to enable this functionality. So if this is set, you can go to Quora to posts menu, and if we hit the translation here, we can scroll down and a DeepL menu will appear, DeepL menu entries, and you can use DeepL to translate also content on your site. Okay, now we should click on check other settings that we have here. Do not check for duplicate posts if you don't want the plugin to check for duplicates, and if you want to post also duplicate content, which is not recommended. Do not check generated post in rule settings. This will disable the post checking here in rule settings. So if we check here, so one post was generated. If you want the plugin to not check this anymore, you can check this checkbox. Draft posts first and publish them afterwards. This is useful if you use social plugins to automatically share content posted by this plugin on social networks. They will work better if you check this checkbox. Allow custom ciphers in CURL request. This is a advanced feature. This is not required to be set. Only if you have CURL issues and your hosting provider advises you to do so. Secret word for manual cron running. You can set a secret word here, and let me show you how it will work. So we set here test, and you can automatically set a cron event in your server to execute this command. So this is the URL which will fire importing on your site, and this is the command that can be scheduled in cron on your server, but this is not required. This is some advanced settings that you can ignore if you want. show extended item information meta box in posts that were generated by the plugin. You can enable a meta box that will show some advanced info. This is it. So okay, now where we were. So yeah, Google Translator API key. The plugin uses the official version of Google Translator to translate content, and also an unofficial version of Google Translator. So if you have issues with Google Translator with the plugin, you should set this API key, and the plugin will automatically use the official version of Google Translator. So this should be set only if the translation is not working for you. Enable logging for rules, enable detailed logging. This will enable the logs from the activity and logging section. Automatically clear logs after a period of time. User agent to use when getting web pages. You can set a custom user agent. Web proxy address, if you want to use proxy to query Quora. You can set here the proxy authentication. Also, timeout for rule running. This is the amount of seconds each rule is allowed to run. Set the running summary and email address to this email. You can also use shortest API to generate revenue from clicks on the links. So if you publish some links on your site, for example, you publish some answers and only with short content, and add a read more button below, you can use shortest to monetize each click on the links from your posts. If you want details, click here. Link generated post titles to source articles. So this will enable the plugin to link the posts from the main blog site of your website. So the main listing of your website will not open posts on your website, but they will open posts on Quora directly. So this is a useful feature to generate an aggregator website. Add a rel canonical meta tag to generated posts to the source of the content. The item date shortcode format, you can set here the format. Do not generate inexistent categories for new posts. If automatic content generation is enabled, this will make it not generate inexistent categories. Strip links from generated post content. Strip HTML by class or ID. Read more button text, you can set the read more button. You can automatically translate content using a global rule. So if you set here translation, that each importing rule will translate content afterwards. Skip posts that do not translate correctly. Keep original link source from translation. These settings will allow the translation to be modified. So if you want to keep each original link in the translation, you should check this. If not, Google Translator will use links and translate also links. Spin text using word synonyms, using Best Spinner, Word AI, Spin Rewriter, Spinner Chief, a built-in spinner, wiki synonyms, or free thesaurus. Do not spin title. If you don't want to spin the title, excluded word list. If you want to exclude spinning from some words. Minimum title word count, maximum title word count, minimum content word count, maximum content word count, banned word list, required word list. Skip all words in the required word list. Skip posts that do not have images. Skip posts older than this date. So these all are posting restrictions. If you want to skip some posts on these rules, you can define here. Featured image options, do not copy featured images locally. If the plugin finds images for some questions, you can set it to not copy images locally, but to hotlink them directly to Quora. And strip featured image from generated post content and resize the featured image. You can set here the royalty-free image importing options, API keys for different services from which to get royalty-free images. So these settings can be configured here. And attribution text. You can set also an attribution text for royalty-free images. This is the shortcode which will display this attribution. Broad image search for more results for images, and do not use original image if no free image found is a checkbox. Here you can configure Phantom.js. This is the path of Phantom.js on your server. This should be set correctly. If this is ignored, then the plugin tries to execute Phantom.js using this simple format, so it will try Phantom.js to execute it. In this case, Phantom.js should be set to your server's path, but you should contact support if you don't know how to install Phantom.js on your server. Your hosting provider support should be contacted for this. Random sentence generator, you can use also these shortcodes to create random sentences. So you can input here multiple sentences, one on each line, and they can contain these kind of variables. These variables can be defined here. So this is the name of the variable and some values separated by semicolon. Custom HTML, this is the shortcode for custom HTML. You can have two custom HTML variables. You can input here your HTML that can be replaced with this shortcode. And affiliate keyword replacer tool, search for a keyword, replace it with another keyword, or add a link to it. So if you want to search for laptop, for example, you can write here simple laptop, and if you want to add a keyword to each post that contain the word laptop in the, so each keyword that will be found in post which is laptop will be added here, an affiliate link which you can define here. Or even more, you can replace content. So if you wish to replace, for example, laptop with iPad, we can do it like this, and each post instead of laptop will contain iPad word. This can be done for the content, for the title and content and title of post. You can also list posts that are imported by the plugin and display posts. These are two shortcodes which will list content that is imported by the plugin on other pages. You can give them a try. Okay, so this is the main functionality of the plugin. I hope you will enjoy it, and please subscribe to this channel for more new plugins, updates, and thank you for staying until the end of the video. I really appreciate it. This is all for today. I hope you will be safe in this uncertain period, and stay awesome. Have a great day. Bye bye.